What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time to hang out. We are streaming live once again. And then I think this time I have the light. It looks a little bit better. I think it's better than last time. I'm going to go ahead and wait for some of you to join me and talk gimbals. We're going to be talking about DJI Osmo Mobile, Smove Mobile, Smooth Q, Smooth 4, which I'm going to wait to share some exciting news in a couple seconds with you guys, because something happened with my order of the Smooth Q, Smooth 4. Look at me. All right. So we're live streaming. Right now it's 7:13 in Southern California. So yeah, first things first, some of you are joining. Hey, what's going on, Overlord? Thank you so much for taking the time. You might want to stick around, Overlord, since you're a gamer. For those of you who are gamers in here, I have some exciting, my very first giveaway. So I'm going to be giving a gift bag from PSX. I slept on it. I went to PSX for Dear Gamer, came back, started doing a lot of YouTube videos for DJI Osmo Mobile, Smove Mobile, that fun stuff. But then I got a bunch of swag from the swag bag. It's a PlayStation gear store that I picked up at PSX. And inside of it, I have a Fortnite t-shirt, another t-shirt from another game that I don't remember. There is a Plague Road copy. Is an indie title, and then there's a limited run for this. Is actually made by a limited run. So I'm going to be giving away this. There's a code, there's a hand sanitizer, there's a bag, and a bunch of pins in there. So whoever's interested in getting a gift bag, if you're a gamer, a couple things that you need to do, just definitely drop your name and comment, and a like, of course, give me a like if you can, and subscribe. And then I'm going to randomly pick somebody up. If you're into video games, definitely let me know. And I want to get rid of that. I've been wanting to get rid of that for a while, but I haven't been able to focus on it. I recently found it over here, and I was like, okay, it's time. It's time to give it away. But anyhow, regarding the Smooth 4, I'm actually checking my notifications because this morning I woke up to a very interesting thing, and I'm opening up my order here on the app. I order it straight from the Amazon website, from the Amazon store for the Smove Mobile, Smooth Q from GU. And my order says that it shipped. So here, let's see, track package. Yeah, so it got shipped today. It got shipped today. Now, the only thing that sucks is that apparently it's arriving in May, first week of May, which I was really hoping to have it before my trip. I am going to be flying to New York City and Philadelphia in the coming weeks. I'm going to be doing a lot of tests, time lapses, hyperlapses, especially with the big buildings and monuments. That would be fantastic. Can you imagine doing a hyperlapse going up the Rocky Steps in Philadelphia? That would be fantastic. So yeah, I'm going to be working on that with the DJI Osmo Mobile. I think I'm going to bring 2 gimbals. No trade for you. I'm going to be bringing 2 gimbals. What's going on, CB Mitchell? Thank you for joining. So I don't know if I should bring the DJI Osmo Mobile and or the Smove Mobile or the Smooth Q. I'm trying to figure out which stabilizer I might want to bring with me. Yeah, I want to bring 2. I'm definitely going to bring 2. I'm going to bring my Manfrotto Pixie, my little tripod with my phone adapter. I might even bring this thing. We talked about it last time. This is the dual device mount. I might bring this. If I'm taking 2 gimbals, I could mount 2 gimbals here, put the tripod underneath, and maybe do some crazy stuff with my wife's phone. I don't know. But I'm trying to figure out. And then, of course, I want to do some Q&A. Which do you like the best? Right now, definitely in my bag, I want to have DJI Osmo Mobile. But I'm stripped apart. I like a lot the Smove Mobile because it extends. It gives me a little bit of extension, right? So if I'm trying to do any jib shots, any crane or any extended angles, which by the way, I'm going to be dropping soon, starting this week, a new video on how to do a crane shot. Very easy, very quick, straight to the point. But I took the Smove Mobile, which it extends, to Venice Beach again. And I did a couple clips, a lot of B-roll and stuff like that. Yeah, both of them have different features. So if mostly I'm going to be doing just running and gunning and vlogging, definitely the Smooth Q has that triple tap 180 spin. Hey, what's going on, Colby? Welcome. Welcome back. Welcome back. But yeah, if you are... Say hi, Colby. What's up, Colby? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. We're just... talking a little bit. I just came back from recording. For those of you who don't know, I do metal stuff. And actually, let me turn this one more light. Don't leave it anywhere. There we go. I think this is going to make it a little bit better. Perfect. So yeah, today I woke up very early. I went to the gym. And I went to my keyboardist's house. Because he's a producer. He's the one who records my band's music and everything. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw the story today. So I'm a little tired. You probably hear the difference in my voice. It's like a little weird. But we finished the song. I'm super stoked for that. We got, I believe, 3 or 4 more to go. And then it's prepping and post, editing and all that fun stuff. We're going to send that out and come up with some really cool content for those of you who like, heart music, metal, and stuff like that. Yes, absolutely. There's music videos coming down the pipeline, Colby. That's why I haven't been really posting on my YouTube channel like every other day. I've been kind of like limiting myself to do at the very least once a week posts because I'm doing this. I'm working full time. I'm waking up every morning to go to the gym, and then I'm working on my band stuff, right? There's 5 other dudes trying to, push their music as well. So I definitely got to be able to give them some of that time. Jorge, what's going on? Hola, hora de Paraguay. Thank you for visiting. Yes, Overlord. Oh yeah, you'll hear the singing and you'll see the music videos. I don't know. It's kind of weird because I'm used to being on stage and singing to people and screaming and doing all that fun stuff. But for some reason, when I'm on the spot with like a couple friends, I don't know. I just can't do it. I don't know why. I'm old. Love yourself. Youngins taking over. Love heavy metal. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. But yeah, guys, this is the time I want to be able to talk to you about the DJI Osmo Mobile, all the stabilizers. If you have your questions, feel free to drop them right there. If you're just arriving to the stream, my Smooth 4 just shipped, so it's on its way. I'm trying to get in contact with Zhiyun, the company that makes it, to try to see if I can get it sooner because I'm going to New York City and I would love to record a bunch of really cool B-roll with it. And then at the beginning of the video, I started talking about how I have this PlayStation gear bag full of 2 t-shirts and a game and a bunch of extra goodies that I'm going to be giving away. So if you're a gamer, let me know. Just say I'm a gamer. Put it down there. I'll make sure you're like and subscribe, and then I'll pick a random winner and reach directly to you. In order to give this away, I want to give it away to somebody that might need it. That's another thing. I haven't been playing a lot of video games lately, and it sucks because, I'm doing a lot of things at the same time, and I don't have the time. I do know that you're a gamer, Overlord. Colby, nice to know. So I'm going to start picking and choosing. CP Mitchell, no, man, you're good. You're good. If you're here, you're good. Getting it down. But yeah, the Smooth came out. It actually comes out on the 15th, 2 more days, but I already got this shipped, a notification. I'm excited. I'm going to Philadelphia. I'm going to take 2 gimbals and my little monopod tripod. Do you ever use action camera with your gimbals? Pete Britton. Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I did 2 videos on my YouTube channel. You should definitely go and check it out on how to use a GoPro. I don't use it as regularly as I should because I'm trying to keep everything simple just with my smartphone. I'm currently using an iPhone 10. Considering getting another phone soon. I don't know. I've never had any other phone, any other smartphone other than the iPhone. So I've been considering, some of you have been asking on the internet, hey, what about Android? What about Android? So I don't know. I'm considering getting an Android at some point. What do you think? Let me know if I should get an Android. Which phone should I get? But yeah, I use an action camera. I use primarily the GoPro. And for example, I'm going to use the DJI Osmo Mobile here. You have a couple of different ways of setting it up. I also have this adapter, which is PGY Tech. It's an adapter for GoPro. So the GoPro goes right in here. And I made a couple videos about this, and you just simply pretty much set this in like if it was your smartphone. And then the GoPro will be here, and that's it. You also have the ability to set up a GoPro without the adapter just by undoing this guy over here and flipping it around. Depending on the GoPro that you have, I have the frame. You might be able to just simply put it sideways there, and it does a little bit of pressure. If you have the frame or a battery backpack, it's a little bit better because this wouldn't quite hit the Wi-Fi button. So highly encourage you to check it out if you have an Osmo. And then this is when it starts getting interesting. This is the reason why I bought this thing here. And we talked about it on the last stream. But if you have a GoPro especially, you could potentially mount your Osmo or any other gimbal in one of these things. And then you could grab the phone adapter. You can actually put it right here. You can have your phone and monitor real time what your GoPro is seeing. So it's definitely something that I'm thinking of doing. I just need to find my GoPro. I don't know where I put my GoPro. I think it's in my car. But yes, Pete, I do use GoPros. Thank you so much, CB Metro. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you like the content. I work very, very hard for it, and I love every second of it. So the fact that you like it makes my day. I really appreciate that. Getting close to 4K subs. I can't wait till you're as famous as Casey Neistat. Woo! That'll be fantastic. To be able to use that leverage to create more. My goal is just to be able to be my own boss and create my own content and just be able to prove that with the smartphones, you can create some badass stuff. That is my ultimate goal, just to be able to work for myself and be my own boss and have my own thing. But if I get to meet Casey Neistat, absolutely, that will be fantastic. But yeah, almost hitting 4,000 subs. Right now, we are together sitting at, I have this little app that tells me how many subs we're having right now. So we're all sitting at 3,876 subs. So just a couple more to 4,000. Never in a million years I thought that I was going to be able to have, let alone 100 people that like anything that I did. So that's super cool. You better get another iPhone. Well, I borrow sometimes my wife's phone. She's actually just in her phone in her room, just chilling. She didn't want to say hi. But yeah, I was thinking of getting either, believe it or not, either an iPhone SE, something like that, something modest that I could use, just for the average random extra angles. But also a lot of you have been asking about Android. So there's anybody with Android right now hanging out? If you have an Android, what phone do you have and why you like it? I'm not too knowledgeable on Android. I've been an iOS guy all my life, but definitely let me know. Patrick asks, how do you find the optical stabilization, I guess, jitter with iPhone S on your different gimbals? Is that the problem for you? So Patrick, the optical image stabilization on the iPhone, I wouldn't see it, I wouldn't look at it as a problem. It's definitely something that's annoying at times. But what happens is that, at least on the iPhone 10, both lenses are image stabilized optically. So if you go up and down, the lens is trying to kind of like compensate, right? The problem is that if you put it on a gimbal and you start walking and the phone detects, because of the internal gyroscopes and all that fun stuff and all those sensors, if the phone detects some movement, some vertical movement or some sideways movement like that, the phone by itself will do what it's assigned to do, which is stabilize the footage. The problem is that you'll have a clash and you'll get some weird jittery vibrations. So it's funny because when I was actually doing very stable shooting with the bicycle videos, if you haven't seen the bicycle videos, go ahead to my YouTube channel after the stream and check them out. You don't have to watch the whole thing. They're like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, but you don't see any jitter on the bicycle because I'm not going up and down or side to side. I'm going straight forward, very steady, and it looks fantastic. So a couple ways that you can do, a couple things that you can do to avoid getting some of that jittery footage. Definitely taking your step and footing one foot in front of the other. Do not lift the rear foot before you have the front foot already down. And kind of like bend your knees and try to go very ninja-like, right? Ninja stepping. It's definitely very useful. Sudden movements will trigger that. But also, if you have a skateboard or a bicycle, that's definitely going to give you a little bit better stability. I just got a skateboard borrowed by my good friend Ryan Teagues. So I'm going to go ahead and test that out soon. I'm going to go ahead and do some shots. And I'm going to do a video on how to, I wouldn't say how to avoid, but how to go around the jittery footage, because it's a concern. But with the proper technique, you'll definitely be able to get around it. And then not to mention, I often use digital image stabilization on Final Cut Pro or iMovie. So you have a couple different things that you can do in order to kind of like make up for it. On the camera app on the iPhone or most phones automatically do a digital image stabilization. And that can actually help a lot. It does. Most of my B-roll that you see on my videos, it's recorded with the regular camera app. And Filmic Pro allows you to do digital image stabilization as well. So you can definitely have a little bit of a relief there. Hope that helps. Let's see. Have you found a good solution for using an external mic with the Osmo Mobile? Yes. So I was very close in picking up a microphone recently, and I wish I had the link, but it's a roadie mic, however you want to call it. And I was actually thinking of using this same technique over here, right? So I have this bracket. It's a dual device bracket, right? You can put one smartphone or a gimbal over here and the other one over there. And I was thinking of mounting the microphone right here. And of course, using a cable with the right adapters right next to the phone in order to record audio. Because one of my biggest things, and that's why I haven't been able to record most of my footage. Like, I don't know if you've noticed this, but most of my videos, I'm still sitting here talking about how to do things, but I'm not in the place where I took the actual footage. Most of the times I do, but the audio gets so messed up with the wind, especially being in Venice Beach, that it's unusable. So I often have to come back here and sit down and redo everything that I did as far as explaining everything. So I've been definitely very interested in picking up a microphone that has a windshield, one of those little puffy filters there. And I think I found a solution. I think I'm just going to use the cold shoe mount that it comes with. I'm going to drop a link in the description from Amazon. I don't know if you noticed, but I have a bunch of Amazon links on most of my descriptions from the gear that I use. And if you're interested in something like that, feel free to let me know, and I can actually drop links for you and comment them directly to you of the things that I use. But yeah, it's definitely an ongoing test. I was able to do charge while recording with the angled cables, and I also have them in my description. And yeah, so it's one of those things that I've been thinking of doing Classic Radios. Welcome back, Classic Radios. I remember last stream you were here too, and I love your name. Another thing that you can do would be to use a different, like an additional device, like either a Zoom recorder or another camera that does better performance, and just sync them in your favorite editing software. Just by either clapping at the beginning or just, I don't know, screaming out loud, you can multi-cam it, so to speak, and you can just align the clips that way and sync the audio. It would be another really cool thing, but the problem would be the cutting, right? It wouldn't be integrated in the video file, so that's kind of like the bummer. Overlord, your wife was a ninja dodging people, taking selfies. Yes, my wife is a ninja in the bicycle. She was in Santa Monica riding her bicycle. Oh, I heard her. She was like, what? So she was riding the bicycle in Santa Monica, just literally going Vin Diesel around people and then taking selfies at the same time. So reckless. I've used it on my rollers and it's fantastic. Yes, Jorge, it's definitely used when you have some sort of wheels where you have that forward momentum. It definitely helps out a lot. It softens up that little shakiness. Found out your channel today. Awesome videos, man. Keep it up. Josh thank you so much, Josh. I really appreciate it. If you have any suggestions or any questions, feel free to reach out to me via YouTube or Instagram. I try to respond to almost every comment. I make it a thing and I enjoy it very much. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that, if you go to Instagram and you look for EMT Films, you'll find me there. Feel free to drop me a comment or a DM or whatever you need. I'll do my best to follow up. Thanks for the feedback on the issue. That helps. Absolutely, Patrick. If you test it and you find other techniques, please let me know. I would love to test them out and see what's up. How do you plug connectors to your iPhone on the Osmo? So that's a fantastic question. All right, here we go. I found one of these cables. It's a angled USB cable on the internet, and on the link on the description of this video and my previous videos, you should be able to see the angle link for the angled cables. So let me take off the phone off my case real quick so I can demo it for you. But ideally, you just simply hook up to your phone, right? And it goes just like this, and it makes it a lot easier. And let me see. Let me take off the Osmo off of the adapter here. Little mounting bracket, and flip this guy around. Now, the cool thing about this is that on the previous stream that I did from Universal Studios, I actually used the cable to charge while streaming. It eats the battery on the phone so fast. You have no idea how quickly it was. Like, oh my God, I had 100%, and then suddenly in a couple minutes between, pairing it up and doing everything, right? So first of all, I always make it a thing. Make sure you're fully balanced. Even if you're balanced before, adding a cable definitely throws the whole equation off. So keep that in mind. So I'm adjusting the back over here. It seems like we're pretty good, right? It keeps defaulting to the center, right? And we have perfect balance. It's not on, and the gimbal stays stationary like this, or if I put it this way, pretty cool. So that's great balance right there, right? And we got the wire. It's actually right in. If you can see it over here, right? So it leaves a little bit of a gap, but we're fully flush. And then in the back, you can just simply angle this guy and plug it in right here. And there you have it, guys. That's how you can charge, film, and stream at the same time. And it's pretty flexible. I'm going to actually turn it on, and it's charging. My phone now, it says it's charging. But as you can see, I am able to do the free follow mode. Pretty cool stuff. And if I tap on the mode button, it locks. And the cable doesn't really, makes it difficult to do anything. It just stays there. Even if I'm panning to its limits, it's still pretty good, pretty able, pretty convenient, right? So yeah, hopefully that helps out. I have the links for the cables in my description as well. But if you find your own, you can check them out and test it and let me know how it works for you. All right, let's see what else we got. Israel. Guys, that guy over there that says Israel Romero in the comment section, he's my guitar player. He's one of the best guitar players I've ever met or seen in my life. And he also has a YouTube channel. You should definitely check it out if you're into music and guitar. He just came out with his solo EP, and it's fantastic. You should totally check it out. Thank you for tuning in, brother. I finished the song today. I finished Disappear today, which is another name now. But anyways, do you separate it from the edge? Yes, I do. I leave a little bit of a gap. So for example, in order to make sure that the phone is balanced properly, like I don't leave a gap like that. I literally go flush all the way in. So you'll see there's no space in between the cable and the Osmo. So it just goes all the way in. And once again, if I turned it on, you see it started charging. You got the charging symbol there. And then if I turn it on and turn it on, and there it is. Took a second there. I was like, wait a minute, what's happening? So yeah, so that's how you can use the charging while using the Osmo at the same time. It's definitely very convenient, and you could technically daisy chain them. You could connect a battery backup to this if you're recording a super long time lapse. You could power here and do that sort of thing simultaneously. Classic Radio says mount is great with Osmo Mobile 2, but how do you connect mic to the lightning port? Can't find a right angle lightning cable to work with the Osmo and still balance. So I haven't tried it yet. I am considering in getting this, but I'm going to show it off of my phone because, of course, I can't put anything on the screen since we're streaming. But I found what it looks like to be a solution. I haven't dropped any links or anything yet because I haven't tested it, but I'm actually very interested in checking it out. So let me go ahead and open up my wish list from Amazon. And I found this guy over here. The reviews are okay for what it seems, but this thing might actually help, right? So as you can see, you could connect the adapter to do the 3.5 millimeter at the bottom, and that could give you the accessibility that you need. So I'm interested in testing this out. It's very inexpensive. It's $19.99 on Amazon. So tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the link for that, and I'll drop it in the description after the fact, after the video's uploaded. But if you need the link, DM me on Instagram and I'll send you the link right away. Every time you get something like this from one of my links, it helps the channel big time. That's how we are able to get the cables. That's how we're able to get some of the mounts and test some of these things. So yeah, if you guys are interested, I personally haven't tested it, so this is kind of like at your own risk. But technically, that is kind of like the idea of you being able to use that little adapter in a vertical position, and it opens up the door for you to be able to plug in regular headphones. So we could potentially put in the 3.5 millimeter adapter on iPhone 10 or iPhone 8s, and then from there, plug in the microphone to the adapter. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm picking up one of those shotgun microphones and probably this to test it out. Because I need it. Here it is. This is what I was actually thinking. They even have a photo of that. Right? So if you use the included adapter, which is actually right over here, that typically comes with your phone, you should be able just to plug it off to the side and boom, and you should be able to do that. So I'm going to be picking that up within this week. I'm going to place that order, and as soon as it gets there, I'll do a little bit of a test with a mic to see if that works out better. But yes, Classic Radios, hopefully that helps out. And also if it becomes too heavy or too separated, I also picked up the Moment Lens universal gimbal mount, counterweight. I'm losing my word here. But yeah, Moment Lenses has a Kickstarter right now with the anamorphic lens and gimbal counterweight. So I picked that one up yet, so it should be coming within a couple weeks, hopefully. And if anything gets thrown off a little bit, we can drop that counterweight there. I'm going to be testing all that fun stuff, and hopefully it helps out. Let's see. How would you connect, this is Jesus Clemente, how would you connect the Osmo 2 to your body, like riding a bicycle or doing any other activities? Ooh, that's a great question, man. I haven't really done that. I would probably, if you're riding a bike, I would probably consider mounting it straight into the bicycle instead of your body, because since you're stabilized, using a GoPro might be beneficial. This might be too heavy. But I wouldn't be surprised if they make some sort of chest mount similar to the GoPro, and you could just kind of like mount it either with a tripod or with some sort of clamp. I have seen mounts with a tripod that either grip on it or just simply connect to it, and you just pretty much tie it to your bicycle. Last time that I did the bicycle video, I just held it with one hand. And sometimes I even put, I was holding the gimbal, I was holding the bicycle, and I just simply rested my hand on the handlebar, and it was still doing pretty good. No bumpy road or anything like that. So if you do find a solution for that, feel free to let me know, because that sounds super interesting. Let's see. Oh, got it. Thanks. Perfect. Attached. Legendary guitar player. Yeah, I mean, no joke. Israel is fantastic. He's a lefty guitar player, which is rare on its own. But he's able to pick up, he picks up a righty guitar and starts playing everything backwards at times too. So you should definitely check him out if you're into metal music and guitarists and stuff like that. He's really, really, really gifted. We're very lucky to have him. So I saw the adapter on Amazon too, Lightning to 3.5. Might try that. Yeah, Classic Radios. If you do try it, feel free to let me know. Drone Classic Film, welcome to the stream. Osmo 2 is fantastic. It's one of my favorite gimbals right now. I cannot wait for the Smove 4. It just shipped. So excited, because I want to be able to put them head to head and see what that little wheel does for your day-to-day filmmaking. But already looking at it, and you can do zoom, you can do vertigo shots with it. You can do the focus pulling, right? You can change the focus. But I want to put them head to head and see how the software maneuvers and how everything works, if it's too complex, if it's not too complex. So that's what we're trying to do. But Drone Classic, hi from New Jersey. Oh, I'm going to be visiting that area soon. I'm actually going in a couple of weeks to Philadelphia. So I'm going to be around there, visiting a couple friends and doing some wedding stuff. And I'm going to be filming some B-roll in Philly and in New York City. So I'm super excited to record a bunch of stabilizers. Hopefully we can do, I don't know. I was thinking of doing just like a little 2-minute long, just movie of everything happening in the city. A bunch of different shots, a compilation of the jip shots, slider shots, or tracking, hyperlapses, stuff like that. David Renz, recently used the Osmo 2 in our trip to South Africa. Worked great. Awesome. David, if you have videos, I would love to see what you created from South Africa. That sounds amazing. And let me know, what was your favorite feature that you used on the Osmo 2 when you were on your trip to South Africa? I would love to know what was that one thing that you always defaulted to. I'm a time-lapse guy and a slow-mo guy. I film everything at 60 frames per second natively. I don't do the slow-mo mode. I just simply do 1080 60 or 4K 60, depending on what I'm trying to do, because then that way I can do some mild slow-mo with it. And then Jesus, thanks. How about using the GoPro on the Osmo? Which adapter would you recommend? I would recommend this. This is a GoPro adapter. It's like a little thing. I also have the links to this from Amazon on my descriptions because it's in my bag. I use it and it's working pretty great. I wish I could demo it right away. I just don't know where I put my GoPro. I think it's still in my car because I was doing some test videos recently. But long story short, what we do here is that we just simply place this, like if it was your smartphone, in the mount, right? And it actually just simply holds in place, right? So the GoPro, it has a little bracket here to keep the GoPro from falling forward. And then the one thing to remember with some of these adapters is that since the GoPro films such a wide angle point of view, this motor might show. So you can just simply do the torch mode, or you can flip the mount around. This is kind of like going blind mode, but you could potentially put this the opposite side, right? So it's kind of like now facing you. So it will be kind of like selfie mode. And then you just simply flip the Osmo and go blind, kind of like a karma grip. And then that way you can go forward. And instead of looking at the mode button with your thumb, instead of pressing the mode button with your thumb, you'll just simply use it in reverse, like this, like with your finger, right? So that would be kind of like the idea with the GoPro. But this would be the GoPro adapter that I use for pretty much any GoPro. If you don't have the adapter and you want to test it out, you can still use it just by switching this to portrait orientation. You can just switch this guy sideways. And the GoPro actually fits here properly. There's no problem with that. If you have one of the Hero 5s, 4s, or 6s, or even 3, I have a 3, and it fits there no problem. The only challenge is you might want to put in either the battery backpack or the frame that goes around it. That way this part is not hitting the buttons on the side for the Wi-Fi. And then you'll be able to use it selfie mode, and then you can just go blind mode and use it that way. It works either way. The Smooth Q has a really good mode that when you click 3 times, it just rotates 360 for that. So that's why I like the Smooth Q, and that's why I still own that sucker. But hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps with the GoPro. Jesus, Classic Radios. I also use a Manfrotto Pixie with my twist grip, but didn't realize how jittery my footage was until I started using the Osmo Mobile. Yes, absolutely. I used the twist grip, and then I switched to this Amazon cheapo adapter. This was plastic. It's very cheap. Because I have this, and then I have another one. I have a Me Photo, and I just simply put them and switch them around. And it looks pretty good when you're recording just with the tripod, and when you put your phone and you're like, oh, cool, it looks really cool. I have some sort of stabilization. But then when you compare that with the DJI, it's night and day. Night and day, absolutely. Totally agree with you. Good. I've learned, Joan Classic Film says, I've learned a lot from your videos, but I have not seen a video with the Osmo 2 of the light flooded mode. Light flooded mode. Can you expand on that? Are you looking for just the photography, like the light streaks, or light flooded mode? Let me know what that means. This is awesome. Thank you very much for the information, Eddie. I'm gonna order right now. Awesome, man. Absolutely, I appreciate it. I'm glad it works for you. And let me know if you test it out. Feel free to send me the links to your videos. I would love to check them out and learn. I've learned actually a lot from you guys. Some of you have been sending me your links either here on YouTube or dropping them on Instagram. I've been looking. I was like, wow, like some of you have better stuff than I do. That's great. But yeah, drone classic film. Let me know what that light photo means. David, I think making videos with the iPhone will become more and more popular as the Osmo 2 gets out there. Yeah, everybody kept asking me where I got it. Yeah, absolutely. And it's actually pretty interesting because the Osmo is still not out in a lot of countries yet. So more people are continuing to get it, which is super exciting, man, because this is everybody has one of these in their pockets, and there's no excuse right now. If you want to make a film, you can. The tools are there. So definitely a very exciting time for anybody that's an aspiring filmmaker. I recently found my mom's potato phone, so I was actually thinking of doing a comparison video of like this older camera phone and then using the iPhone and doing like a comparison video and see how that works out. But I'm pretty sure that with the right lighting, this might actually be able to take something cool, So I don't know. No judgment. Yes. Do you use Filmic Pro? Yes, I do. Every now and then. The thing is that originally Filmic Pro when the Osmo 2 came out, it wasn't compatible. You weren't able to click the buttons, but now it is. About a week ago or about 2 weeks ago, Filmic released an update, and now it supports it. So if you have a DJI Osmo Mobile 2, Filmic Pro is fantastic. It's compatible with it. You'll be able to change and kind of like trigger and start and stop your film, but you also have the flexibility to change the log profile, right? The color profile that you can choose. That way you can get better color, better saturation, or a flat profile if you're trying to color grade in post-production. Gives you the ability to pull the focus as well. So there's a ton of tools in Filmic Pro. It's very, very useful. Turn that potato to a golden potato. Overlord, man, you're killing me. That's awesome. Yeah, the potato phone, man. Potato phone. There we go. Perivaldo Herviana Gómez. Sentí dificultad para usar el celular en vertical. Well, I mean, at the beginning, depending on the phone you have, it might be a little challenging, but Gomez over here was asking that it was saying that he was having difficulty using the phone in vertical mode. So I'm going to go ahead and do it for you guys. I'm going to set up my phone in vertical mode. That way you guys can see what I do and hopefully replicate it. But on any phone that's smaller, like an iPhone 7 or 8, you might want to go halfway there, right? Kind of like halfway by the phone, right under the volume buttons right here. And then the benefit of that is that you'll have enough room at the bottom over here to kind of like move up and down. You could potentially go a little bit higher if you want it, because that will give you the ability to kind of like go even under this motor. But I feel that that's too overkill. So halfway there, it's probably more than enough for the average person trying to stream that way. And then, of course, it's going to throw it off a little bit to the right. So you definitely want to make sure you're rebalancing everything. A lot of people forget about this step. And as you can see, now it's not really going anywhere. It's just kind of staying in the middle, right? So if I lay my phone, right, the top is going to be heavier than the bottom, so it's just going to fall flat. But as you can see, it's not tilting either to the right or to the left. So this is great. Now when I turn it on, and I'm not 100% balanced. Give me 1 second. It's crapping out. It's like, ugh. So I'm going to try to balance out that vertical a little bit better. So once again, right under the microphone button, let's give it a shot. Let me lock this in place. Okay. So we got a little bit of focus here going to the front. Then remember that you can adjust the side over here. That way you're not getting too much on either side. So, all right, I'm kind of like centering it. Let's see. Let's bring the top a little bit further down. Right there by the microphone, by the volume down button. And then let's try it out again. There we go. So it's kind of stable. Interesting. And that should pretty much do it. Let me know, what is the difficulty that you guys are having? Do you have a Rode Video Mic Pro? I have one that's 4 years old and just upgraded the Shark mount to Ryko. Yeah, the Ryko Lara. Big thumbs up from me. Thank you so much, man. I'm having a hard time understanding that second part. Osmo 2, can you recommend a holster for the Osmo? Give me 1 second. Before I answer any more questions, I want to make sure that I'm doing this right, because for some reason, it's balancing, but it seems a little heavy, and it was making a little bit of a noise here. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Yeah, but this motor, for some reason, now it's kind of crapping out. Ooh! All right, so let's see. It's going a little bit more this way. Let me balance it out and push it the other way. And try it again. Maybe it's because I'm running low on battery. Yeah, I think that is. I'm running low on battery. But that's the idea, guys. As you can see, you're able to kind of like bounce it out. And if you press the mode button, it locks it in place and you'll be able to record what you need to record and do your thing. So there you have it. I'm going to plug this up real quick. I might switch it up because it's running out of battery. So I'm going to plug it up real quick. I have a little charger, and we'll continue answering your questions in just 1 second. All right, perfect. Can you recommend a holster for the Osmo 2? When you say a holster, do you mean a case or some sort of clip? I typically tend to have just the silicone ones. I'm a very minimalistic guy. I don't really like bulky cases, so I tend to have just this on me all the time, and that's pretty much it. But, you know, it depends on what you do mostly, because these things are life. You know, some of you work with your phones and do other things. Some of you are in a little bit different circumstances, so you might need something a little bit more protective. So, you know, there's a lot of options out there. But personal preference, I like the smaller, thinner, the better. As long as it's covering and your phone's not hitting the floor if it falls. Here's an example. I have a card here. And if I were to put this face down, there's like a little gap in between. I don't know if you can see it, but the screen never really touches the card. It's being held by the case. So I like that, even though it's a little gap. Some case will be a little bit bigger, but that's what I like. Have you attempted any night sky time lapses with the gimbals? Yes, a long time ago with the first DJI Osmo Mobile, and it was awful. It didn't work out. But I have not tried it with the 10 and with the Osmo 2. So that could be a really good opportunity for me to do actually a night sky time lapse out of here. The problem is that Los Angeles has the worst night sky that you can imagine. And I live in the Los Angeles area and the extent and the outskirts of the city. And I get all this glare. I don't see the stars or anything like that. So I would have to either go to the mountains, the Big Bear, or Joshua Tree to do this in order to get really, really cool time lapses. So it's definitely possible. It's just the lighting conditions in the cities, typically it's not the best. Let's see. LMLPHX, has Osmo 2 working perfectly for you? I returned my Osmo Mobile 2. App crashes when flipping from back to front camera. Video not saved, hyperlapse is not working. Oh man, I personally haven't had any issues so far. I've been using iPhone 10. I've been using, as a matter of fact, I haven't had any issues with any of my gimbals. I have right now the DJI Osmo Mobile 2. I have the Smove Mobile. This is the one that extends. It's pretty baller. I really like this one. And then right now I have the Smooth Q right here, which is kind of like, you know, very popular as well. And I haven't really had any major issues with any of them. At the beginning, some of the DJI apps were crashing, but I feel that over time they have gotten a little bit better. Definitely never had any major issues that things are not saving and stuff like that. So I would definitely check the software, check the app, or I don't know. I don't know what to say there, but I personally haven't had any major issues. I hope that gets resolved. Oh, belt holster, David. Not really, man. I really haven't personally. I haven't used my phone that way. I used to use stuff like that for like knives and utilities and stuff like that when I was in the Scouts, because I'm an Eagle Scout. Fun fact. So I had a bunch of things always in my belt and stuff like that, but never for a phone. I would definitely consider checking things from B&H. They might have some really good photography-oriented clips. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to what you want to do. Some of the carrier stores, some of the stores that sell phones might sell, you know, different brands that could clip into your belt. That way it's quick to access, especially on the newer iPhones. When you just lift your phone, it wakes up and you can swipe and boom, straight to the camera. So if you just need to take a quick photo, it's as easy as just lift, swipe, snipe. So let me try that again. Lift, swipe, snipe. Bam. Right? That way it's like choom, choom, bam. You don't have to lose the moment. So that's really, really useful. somewhere the rest without you having to hold it all the time. I personally leave mine in my pocket on my left butt cheek. That's typically where I have my phone all the time, except when I'm on a table. I either put it in my front left pocket or put it on the table. We have a rule. My wife and I have a rule. So every time we eat, we tend to put the phones together in the middle to avoid using them. We're not that good at it sometimes, but we try to do our best. Oh yes, the light trail mode. I have tried it. I haven't made a video yet about it, but I'm super interested in making one. Would you guys be interested in seeing that light trail and long exposure? I'm not opposed of doing a video highlighting those modes. Absolutely not. I'm definitely down to do that. Kevin, welcome to the stream, Kevin. I had to return the Smooth Q as it wouldn't connect to the app and never calibrated correctly. Always had to lean to it, hoping for better with the Osmo Mobile 2. Oh, that's terrible, man. Hopefully now the Osmo 2 works out better for you. The Smooth Q, to be honest with you, I haven't had any issues. I feel kind of sad every time I see somebody having some of these issues because I personally haven't had any. I'm gonna pair it now to my Smooth Q to test it out real quick. Right. So once again, even before you turn it on, you always make sure that we turn it on. We gotta make sure that we're fully balanced, right? So my horizontal balance is pretty on point there. Lock it in place, and now, oh, look at that. Woo! A little bit off. Let me just adjust the rear over here just a little bit. Click. Perfect. So we got that. We got maybe a little bit more, just a hair. There we go. That seems like pretty good stability right there. So if I click, we should get a whoop. Ha, look at that. Beautiful. And the thing with these, though, is that you actually have to pair them to the native app, so like the Smooth Q app, the ZY Play app, or the DJI Go app, for it to pair with your phone at times. I don't know. Sometimes it's funky like that, and it's weird. Maybe you don't want to use that app, but you would like to use the controls to trigger the camera on Instagram or Facebook or whatever you want to do. I found success just going to the app first, making sure I'm connected, and then just exit out of the app and go to the app that you want to use. But yeah, I've been using the ZY Play app, is what I have right now. I'm loading. And GU, oof, look at that. They're teasing me. They're teasing me. They're teasing me with the Smooth 4. I ordered this thing and it's shipped. So guys, get hyped. Expect comparison videos with the Smooth 4 versus Smooth Q, Smooth 4 versus DJI Osmo Mobile, and then an all-out battle royale of gimbals. Because I'm going to have 4. I have a problem, guys. But yeah, I'm able to connect to it and being able to do what I need to do. Smooth Q, connect to your device. Yeah, it's ready to go. It's working, no problem. I haven't had it many issues. Light trail, yes, a light trail. Hell yeah. Any video you make helps. Absolutely, Steven. Thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate your guys' time, all of you. It's fantastic to be able to hang out and do something like this while my wife sleeps on the other room. She's awake. Do you want to come say hi? I don't know if she wants to come say hi. She's shy. Yeah, I think she's a little shy. She's not meant for this YouTube life. All right, let's see. It seems that the Smooth 4 should be the best of all these gimbals. Would you agree? I'm hoping to get the Smooth 4 when released. So, actually, guys, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a little bit of research real quick as we're streaming because... I think over here. Because the Smooth 4 comes out on the 15th. The thing is, though, is that I believe you can already start pre-ordering it. And if you guys are interested in picking one up, I can facilitate a link for that. Let's see if that exists. 100% sure. It does. It does exist. So yeah, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a link. If you are interested in pre-ordering the Smove 4 after the video, I'm going to drop it in the description. If you guys are interested in the link, one of my Amazon links, I'll DM me on Instagram and I'll send you guys that link, EMT Films on Instagram. And yeah, but before you buy it, if you're looking for my opinion and what I think about it, I'm definitely going to be doing those videos. It just shipped. I'm so excited. And I'm talking to them and see if anything is possible as far as being able to get it sooner or something like that. But yeah, I do believe that the Smove 4 is going to have, as far as features, it's going to be one of the most superior ones. It's going to have so many buttons, right? So the ability to switch on the fly between all those different buttons. And then that focus wheel, which adds up to be a vertigo effect maneuvering thing. You'll be able to zoom in and out, do the focus pulling. So this is like a, this is like a Ronin 2 type of thing, but for your phone, So it seems very robust and the price is pretty on point. So I'm super excited. Couldn't pair with a Smove Q at all with the OnePlus. Oh, gotcha. Man, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, and I am aligning with those of you who do not have iOS. That is kind of unfair because most of the apps haven't been really optimized for most Android phones, and some of the features like slow-mo on the DJI Go app and tracking, it only goes down to 720p on certain phones, or it's just not there at all. So, I totally understand how it can become a frustrating situation because, realistically on Android, since there's so many different variants of phones, the developer might have to create an individual app for all those phones, and some of them might actually get neglected. Like the flagship phones are always going to be the ones who are going to get the best version, so to speak, like the Google Pixels, I guess, or the Galaxy phones, the latest and greatest. But some phones will kind of like get just like a generic version of the app without some of the features, and that sucks. So I'm sorry, guys. Most of the things that I've been testing on iPhone. Since there's a few phones for development-wise, I feel it's a little bit easier for them to develop like the 1 or the 2 or the 3 apps. So I could see how the disconnect can definitely discourage some of you who have Android. But yeah, I'm trying to do my best to get a hold of an Android phone soon. I don't have any times because I'm doing a lot at the same time. So I want to make sure that when I do get an Android device, I'm able to record and to answer questions and do everything you need. Power on the gimbal and the phone snaps into place. Very robotic. Why is that so satisfying? I know, right? It's like, I don't know. It's crazy. It's super cool when you see it. The Smove 4 has a scrolling wheel. I have not seen a joystick, but it does have a go mode. And I don't know if the wheel kind of pushes up and down in order to tilt, but most of those things are going to be the Go phone mode, but I wouldn't be surprised if the scrolling wheel, pushing it to the right, makes it tilt left and right, and then pushing it or pressing it. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited to test it out and see what's up. Gimbal Battle Royale, definitely YouTube life of a YouTube overlord. Osmo 2 or Smove Q for phone and GoPro. So, all right. So Anuj has a question over here, and this is very important. And this is going to be, we're about hitting the 1 hour mark on the stream. So if you guys have any questions, drop them right there because I'm going to be kind of like wrapping it up shortly. But Anuj asked Osmo Mobile 2 or Smove Q for iPhone and GoPro. So if you're going to do 100% iPhone, either the Smove Q or the DJI Osmo Mobile are going to be fantastic gimbals that are going to give you buttery smooth stability. Your shots are going to be great. Motion time lapse. Even the Smove Mobile that I have will give you fantastic results. Having said that, if you're going to be doing GoPro more or GoPro heavily, Smooth Q definitely, I feel, wins that battle because the Smooth Q, and pretend that this is a GoPro. Right now I'm going to use my smartphone, but we're going to all pretend that this is a GoPro. Right now it's balanced already, so I'm just simply going to turn this on and zoom. Satisfying, power on. So if I'm filming something in front of me with a GoPro or something in front, like selfie mode, vlogging type, by clicking the mode button 3 times, 1, 2, 3, it flips around, and then you can get the motor out of the way so you can record what's happening with the GoPro. Now, what if you're a vlogger and you're vlogging a lot with your iPhone? The front-facing camera, it's a great camera, but it's no rear camera, right? So if you want to be in the vlog with the best quality possible, by triple clicking 1, 2, 3, you should be able to flip it around and be in the rear camera. You just simply lock the mode button. That way you can kind of like push it up and down, and you have control over the joystick, so you can kind of like move it around and be like, hey, what's up, guys? We're here in Venice. We're checking this out. Oh, take a look at this. 1, 2, 3, and zoom. This is so cool. It's so satisfying as well, right? So the Smooth Q has the ability to lock in place, and you can literally rotate this sucker unlimited, 360 degree, as you can see over here. Right, so I could be going from left to right or doing whatever I need to do. I spin in place. I actually did a video of this on my YouTube channel with the GoPro, so you should totally check it out. But I feel that if GoPro is going to be a heavy thing that you're going to be doing, this is where the money's at. I dropped the links in the description if you want to check it out. Amazon links, but definitely the Smooth Q heavy GoPro usage might work. Now, if you might do GoPro here and there, that's why I have the adapter for the DJI Osmo Mobile, which is also in the description. But this is pretty baller. I really like the spinning around with the 3 clicks, 1, 2, 3, and zoom. This is just ridiculous. It's great. And then, of course, you can also do the blind mode. This is what I meant with the blind mode. You see how the buttons are here, and I'm not seeing what the buttons are, right? If you were to just simply lock it in place, you can kind of like predict. Button in the top is the mode button. That way you can lock it in place, right? And then if you need to flip it around, you just simply flip it around, mode button, and 1, 2, 3, and super cool, super exciting. So definitely GoPro, you might benefit from the Smooth Q. All right, let's see what else we got over here. Jesus, every gimbal released from now on will be better than the previous one. Technology goes very, very fast. You got that absolutely right. It's crazy. I'm a big fan of DJI because they've done a great job with their product, especially with their drones. Absolutely. And one of the reasons why I still pick the Osmo over every other drone so far, right now I carry most of them 3. I have a bag with all 3, literally. I have like a little zipper box with all 3 of them, and I carry them all the time. But DJI, I feel that they've definitely done a lot of good work with their app, and they cater to me specifically. It's a simple, straight to the point gimbal. The Smooth Q and the Smove Mobile. The Smove Mobile gives you incredible control over the motors. You can change the torque on the rear and the side button motors as well. But sometimes I don't really use those features or the roll, and it all comes down to the type of filming that you're going to be doing. I do appreciate and like a lot the DJI Osmo Mobile because it's intuitive. And when the first DJI Osmo Mobile came out, I got used to it so fast, and this is second nature to me. So that's why I typically default to that. But once again, I switch between the Smove Mobile and the Smooth Q, depending on what I'm going to be shooting at. But yeah, technology is moving super quick, guys. Do you have a favorite mode with the Osmo 2 locked? You know what? I do like the lock mode a lot because I have the ability to create those crane shots, the jib shots. And then that way, if I am walking around with it, very important, since we're here, I'm going to give you all the info I can. Let's pretend this is the DJI Osmo Mobile. I like the ability for the gimbal just to stay locked in place, just like that. they call this the torch mode. Because if you're walking around and you do this is when you're going to start getting a lot of jittery footage because you're going up and down as you're walking, right? But then if you're walking and it's in lock mode and you're walking this way, the mechanism, it's doing its job to kind of like keep the gimbal in place. So if I were to be walking around like this and you're like 1, 2, 3, 4, the movement is way less than just 1, 2, 3, right? So definitely this mode, the panning lock mode, just by pressing the mode button once. I like that because as I'm walking, either walking forward or actually if we were like this, even if I'm walking like and moving my hands left and right or bicycle, it kind of keeps it in place, which is super fun, super cool. Yeah, so I really like that. This is one of my favorite ones. Now, as far as filming modes and stuff like that, I really, really like the motion time lapse going from point A to point B. I use that a lot. It's very, very useful. Thanks a lot. Smooth Q is like the happy price for the Osmo is like happy the price of Osmo 2. Yeah, the price on half the price. Yes, it's like half the price and I put happy. Yeah, the Osmo right now you can pick it up for $99, I believe. Links in the bio, in the description if you guys are interested. I included all the links of everything that I'm using, from the gimbal to the Manfrotto Pixie to the cables to the adapters. That way it's easy for you to find. Those I have tested and they've been working pretty good for me. So great tip on the torch mode. Thank you. No problem, Classic Radio. Does your Smooth Q has motion time lapse? Yes, it does. Very similar. The cool thing about the time lapse mode, the motion time lapse on the Smooth Q, actually, let me turn this guy on and kind of like look sideways here. All right, I'm actually on the Smooth Q app over here, so you can see. Hey, Inception. Look at that. You do have the ability to do the moving time lapse mode is the bottom on the list right here. And then it gives you a ton of other options too, even more than the Osmo. It gives you the ability to control the roll. It gives you the ability to control the autofocus and the zoom as well as it's rotating. So you can go from point A, and as you're moving to point B, you can have it rotate and then just change the zoom. That way, if you're rotating, let's say you have a landscape, but then you're moving to point B, and then in point B, there's like a flower really close, you can have it change and focus to the flower, right? So you can change that focus real time. At point A, you set your settings. When you go to point B, set your settings. You can even change the focus. That's super, super cool. This $99 one has all those tools. So this is super, super, super useful. And you can save presets too. At the very top, there's a yellow button. That's a preset button that allows you to create your custom movements and custom modes and all that fun stuff. So, Kevin, I'm surprised that none of these gimbals have anything to anchor the phone to the gimbal. As I know, I will be anchoring my phone to the gimbal before filming in a boat at full speed when we'll toss the phone. You know what? That's a thing, Kevin. I would definitely keep my eye out for the wind as you are locking your phone in place. If you're like recording, the wind might actually just cause for this to kind of like flap around and then just lose and disconnect. Just keep that in mind. What I've seen a lot of people do is literally rubber band it from the back. You literally rubber band the phone just in case and make sure it's steady. You could totally do that. And if it works for you, let us know. And inverting the gimbal closest to the ground while walking, getting low angles. Yes, you can totally do that just by simply flipping it around like this. You could literally record upside down. I like to hold it upside down. And when you do that, you can lock the mode button. And then it kind of like locks in place. Right, so this is the blind mode. Once again, guys, this is the blind mode. If you have a GoPro and you don't want to show the motor, you can record like this, and you can go super low and then just come up, kind of like a little crane. You can even attach a monopod here, an extension monopod. That way you can create those really cool jib shots from very low to very high. Definitely very, very useful. Do you have a wrist strap of the gimbals or any recommendations? Would hate to drop it. Absolutely. I don't have any wrist straps personally, but I do have a solution that I found is a knob, right? It's kind of like a little tripod knob that you have the ability to attach a wrist strap to the tripod mount, which is very useful. So what I'm going to do after the stream is done and ready to be uploaded, I'm going to upload all the links that we've been talking about the Smove Q, about the Smove 4, about the wrist strap, all that fun stuff. I'm going to drop in there, and hopefully it works out for you. Even the adapter. I haven't tried it, but I'll drop it there as well, just so you guys have a little bit of ammunition if you're trying to do something cool with it. What about a separate mic? Osmo 2 doesn't have a way to do this. Do you use a mic? I use everything inside the phone, but as I was explaining earlier in the stream, I think that what I am going to do is use one of these. What this is a dual mount for multiple devices. And by mounting your gimbal, whether it's the Osmo, the Smove Q, the Smove Mobile, you can just zoom this here. And I was thinking of mounting the microphone here. Mounting it here, and then it just fish it through the side. Now, there is an adapter that I found that I was showing earlier. I'm going to show you again over here. I'm going to go to the app. That way you guys can see it. I'm going to take off the phone. I'm going to turn it off real quick. But hopefully that gave you a little bit of context. And the way that I'm going to mount the microphone is by using this lovely adapter. I'm going to flip the phone real quick so you can see it. But that's how it looks. I haven't tested it out yet. I'm excited to order that sucker and give it a shot. But the whole idea is to use the 3.5 millimeter adapter on one of its sides and then just kind of like push it to the end of the gimbal, and hopefully that will give me the opportunity to use a shotgun mic or Rode microphone or anything like that. Ultimately, the phone recorders or the phone microphones are actually not that bad, but I still struggle a lot with wind. So definitely something that I'm considering. I hope to have it within a week or two. And as soon as I do, I'm going to be filming like a maniac. So I'm going to be going to New York City, and I want to be able to take advantage of that beautiful city and take as much footage as I want. Anuj, what's the max speed this gimbal can handle, say on a bike? I'm not 100% sure, man, but I was doing just a casual bike ride on Santa Monica and Venice. I have the videos on my channel if you want to check them out after the stream. And it handled it like a champ, and it was pretty windy at times. I was going fast at the end. I would say anywhere between maybe capping at 10, 15 miles per hour, especially if you're like hitting the wind. It might give you a little bit of juggling and jittery. So you might not want to use it if you're going super, super fast. Upside down, could that be Dracula mode? That is the Stranger Thing mode, Overlord. That's awesome. You got it, man. No problem. The adapter is going to be the best. Absolutely. I'm gonna be dropping all those links in the description, guys. Once again, at the beginning of the stream, if you're a gamer, I'm gonna pick one of you randomly, and I'm gonna give away this bag of PlayStation gear that I got from PSX this past December. I've been meaning to get rid of this. I give it away, but I have a shirt here from PSX. I have a Fortnite shirt. If you're into Fortnite, I have a large shirt here for all of you. I have Plague Road. It's an indie game, but it was a limited run, so there's very few of these out in the world. And then a couple pins in the bag. So if you're interested in something like this, just say that you're interested, and I will reach out to you in the coming days to send you your stuff, right? Just kind of like as a thank you for hanging out. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and give me a sub. And if you have any friends and family that you might see that they can benefit from some of these tips that I'm providing, and if you have your own suggestions, feel free to let me know. Share it around with your friends. We're trying to grow almost to 4,000 subscribers. I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. Just taking a look at the sub rate here real quick. Almost there, guys. We're right now sitting at 38.78. So I am indeed interested. Absolutely, Overlord. Well, I think there was another guy, so I'm just going to grab you. And there's a website that does a kind of like a random pick just to keep it fair. And I'm going to be sharing it out, but hopefully you win it too. New York City, you should go by Casey Neistat's new place at 368. I you know what? I think I'm going to swing by and just film a time lapse and see if I can see him walking around. That'll be awesome. But yeah, I'm going to be going to New York City on the 26th of April. So I'm excited. I'm going to get a lot of B-roll, a lot of time lapses. Very exciting time. Very exciting time. We need to get you up to 10K subscribers. Yeah, that would be fantastic. Thank you so much. Very interested. Thanks a lot for all your tips. Love you, man. I love your videos. Keep uploading. Peace. Thank you, Anuj. I really, really, really appreciate that, guys. Swing by after the stream is over. I would say within a couple minutes if you're interested in some of those things. I'm gonna gather them right now and drop them in the description on the on-demand stream option. I like the gimbal reviews. I just don't have any friends that that geek out as hard as me on this stuff. No problem, man. That's why we're here, Kevin, to network and to share and learn. And most of my friends are not really into this stuff either. They're more music friends or gamer friends. Which, by the way, just before I close everything, want to let you know that I have a Twitch. I might be streaming on Twitch some gaming stuff for those of you who are gamers. I'm gonna try to keep everything separate now, just video and photography and lifestyle stuff. I'm gonna be doing vlogs and live events on this YouTube channel. But then if you're a gamer, I might be doing some God of War, definitely some Last of Us when it comes out on Twitch. So all the links are on my channel. If you're into all that stuff, check it out. Thank you so much, guys. I'm gonna be closing the stream out. For those of you listening, because I'm gonna be uploading this as a podcast, you can find my podcast on iTunes, Overcast, Google Play, Anchor. So thank you so much for listening and you guys for watching and hanging out with me. I really, really, really appreciate your time. Thank you so much, guys. Until next one. Oh, what is your name? Kevin is asking, what's my name? My name's to hang out with me, guys. I appreciate it.